we just waited an hour and a half to ride Rise of the Resistance. What did you think? Good morning, it is day 2 of our Walt Disney World adventure. Yesterday was like a happy blur of rides and food. Our feet are super sore now and we both got a little sunburnt, but we are super excited to get back to the parks. Today we'll be at Disney's Hollywood Studios, so that means Galaxy's Edge. Today's definitely gonna have a little bit more drizzle predicted in the forecast. Apparently going to have scattered thunderstorms, and so we brought ponchos and we'll just see what we can get and do what we can do. The good news is that a lot of the rides at Hollywood Studios are indoor, and so I think for the most part we'll be watching shows and hanging out at Galaxy's Edge. Later tonight we do have reservations over at Oga's Cantina, so I think that's gonna be a lot of fun being able to drink some specialty cocktails. But for now we're gonna go check out Hollywood Studios. I've been here when I was younger, but this is our first time experiencing Galaxy's Edge, so it's a new experience to both of us. We'll bring you guys along.
Arms, feet and legs inside the transport and supervise your children. But ultimately hopeless.
What did you think?
It was super cool.
I think we're big fans. Did you expect the drop?
No, I did not expect the drop.
It was the coolest ride. I think I would easily wait another 2 hours to do it again. It was so fun. Favorite ride?
So far, yeah.
So far, favorite ride. We tried the Outpost popcorn, and Lucas is unimpressed. It was okay. Now we're gonna take a break from Star Wars Land and we're gonna go see some shows. First is Frozen. Waiting over 2 hours for Tower of Terror right behind me, and it was Lucas's first ride. What'd you think?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. A lot of sudden drops and someone lost their phone.
I heard something though. Yeah, but it was super fun. I feel like it's a classic for when you visit Hollywood Studios. So we are off to the new Mickey and Minnie Railway, I think is what it's called. It's a new ride, so it'll be new for both of us.
numbs the shit out of your mouth.
Good morning and welcome to day 3 of our Disney World adventure. Today is actually our non-park day. We have the 4-day park hopper. So we worked in a rest day. Today is Saturday, which is typically the day that has the most amount of crowds at the parks. And so we decided to opt out of that, and instead we're gonna go ahead and hop around the resorts and check out Disney Springs. Before we move on to today's adventures, I did want to check in to recap yesterday. We had so much fun at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It was way better than I expected and way better than I remembered, to be honest. I think the additions of Star Wars Land, or Galaxy's Edge I should say, and Toy Story Land really elevated the park. After we rode the Tower of Terror, we had Lightning Lane passes for the new Mickey and Minnie Railway. I think it's called Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, one of the newest rides over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I had no expectations. I had no idea what it was going to be like. I just knew that it was a newer ride. It was so much fun. It surprised me how much I loved it. I think it ended up being my second favorite ride so far, right after Rise of the Resistance, of course. But it was so much fun. It was so colorful. The effects were super cool. After that ride, we ran over to the Backlot Express to get dinner really quick. We got burgers, but we were really there for the Wookiee cookie, an iconic dessert that you can get, obviously Star Wars themed, and it was super good. It's basically 2 giant oatmeal cookies sandwiched together with like a vanilla cream filling in the middle, and we ate the whole thing. Once our stomachs were full, we made our way over to our reservation that we were super excited about over at Oga's Cantina. If you don't know what Oga's is, it is a Star Wars themed bar. They have specialty drinks like a bubbly drink, and they also have a drink called the Fuzzy Tauntaun, which makes your lips and mouth kind of tingle and go numb, which is super fun. Lucas and I both had a lot of fun trying the different unique drinks. After Oga's, we only had about an hour left of the park before it closed. We decided to do our last attraction, which was Toy Story Mania. It ended up being so much fun seeing Lucas experience it for the first time. Competitive side definitely came out. It was so much fun. We were laughing the entire time. But yeah, that was a quick or not so quick recap of yesterday evening. I realized that I didn't get a chance to vlog after Oga's, so I wanted to pick up the camera and check in before we move on to day 3. We also got really lucky. The weather forecast predicted scattered thunderstorms throughout the entire day yesterday, and we didn't feel a single drop. So we got to experience Hollywood Studios without having to put on our ponchos. Today's forecast definitely does predict scattered thunderstorms. Maybe we'll get lucky like yesterday, or maybe today is actually the day where we'll see a thunderstorm. So we're gonna be bringing our ponchos just in case. We're gonna go get some Mickey beignets and then head over to Disney Springs for a little bit of shopping. As always, we'll bring you guys along. Okay, so as you guys probably saw from the last clips and by the raindrops shown on our windows, it started pouring. There was thunder, there was lightning, there was a ton of wind and a lot of rain. Luckily, we were able to experience and enjoy Disney Springs before it started raining. Made a stop over at Joe Malone and picked up some perfume and cologne for Lucas and I. And then we also walked over to City Works, where we kind of grabbed a bite to eat and had a couple drinks. We also weaved our way in and out of different shops like the Marvel store, Disney Style, and a bunch of others. There's so many stores to explore over at Disney Springs, and so we had a lot of fun just taking it all in. And then we were on our way to our very last stop, which was World of Disney. It was right by the parking lot, and so we wanted to end there. I wanted to pick up a few souvenirs, and as we were walking through the doors, we did feel a couple raindrops as we entered the doors, but it didn't really start pouring until about half an hour later when we were doing our shopping. We waited out the storm, and we picked up a new hat for Lucas. It has Mickey on it, and and we love it. I might borrow it. And I also picked up a Mickey shirt that I'm planning on wearing tomorrow when we go back to Magic Kingdom. The third item I'm super excited about, and it is this brand new rose gold mini ring right there in the middle. And if you know me, you'd know that I love my commemorative rings for vacations and trips. This is the newest addition. I love the rose gold band and the mini bow. I think it's perfect. I think the plan for the rest of the day is to kind of wait out this storm. It could be raining and thunderstorms for the next 10 minutes and then it'll be gone, but it could also linger throughout the day. So we don't know what we're gonna get, but I think we're just gonna head to the hotel, charge our phones, edit some photos, kind of take a chill break day, and then we'll go find dinner later. Hello again, we are back at the hotel. We ended up getting dinner at Bahama Breeze, which is literally across the street from the hotel. We entertained the idea of going back to Disney Springs, but because it's still raining, we thought that we would take the simple drive across the street. It is one of my favorite restaurants over back in Washington, and so it was nice to have some familiar favorites tonight. I know it's not Disney themed, but it was still a really great way to end our non-park relaxation day. We're turning in for the night and it's only 8:30 p.m. because we're gonna get up super early to go back to Magic Kingdom. Again, this will be our second time to Magic Kingdom. This time I think we're gonna take it a little bit easier. I think since we got to ride a lot of the rides that we wanted to, we're just gonna do some repeat favorites and kind of take Magic Kingdom at a more leisurely pace tomorrow. I'm very excited to say that the forecast is predicting sun. Fingers crossed that happens. I'm super happy we decided to have a break day halfway. It was nice to reset, recharge, rest our legs. Today was definitely much needed to prepare for tomorrow. We also just really lucked out with the weather. I am super grateful that the day that it decides to storm is the day that we don't have a park reservation. Hopefully that luck continues through the last 2 days. With all that said, we have a long day tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready and I'll check in the morning.